and TV show recaps. We review and read them too, as long as they're Black, Brian and Lamar hosting the show. Remain unbiased in case you don't know. Now you know. This is what love is out to the imagination. If you don't know, now you know.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Black on Black Prime.
Straight up. My favorite Wayne is back with his son in Poppa'S house.
Yeah. What's it called? This show, does it remind you of does it give you any feel of like My Wife and Kids at all? Like just seeing Damon Wayans do another like dad role?
No, only because it's not the same Damon Wayans as My Wife and Kids. It's not the same energy.
Because he's raising like he's raising an adult.
Mm-hmm. He's already a grown man, and then his son is. I don't know. I can't even tell you the feel that I got for this show. I will tell you, I was worried at first though.
Mm-hmm.
When they showed Damon Wayans in the hip hop shit, I was like, I hope this ain't how the show. I hope he don't stay like this. But then they show the switch up. I'm like, cool.
But that's the thing. So you saw the suit, right? Mm-hmm. The other episode that I saw, he's dressed like he dresses in like kind of more hip hoppy type of clothes, hat, cardigan, J's. Like that's how he really dressed. I think when he dressed up in the suit in this episode was kind of like to show what he can do.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Show how he can dress. And I haven't seen all the episodes, but the episode that I did see, he was dressed like he was in the beginning.
Okay, so when I say I was worried, it was like I thought they were gonna make him act that way, act like he was dressed. You know what I mean? Like, no. So I was fine once shit started rolling. I was fine with it. It was just I was taken back by that first scene. Like when you first see him walk in, it's just like don't make him be the goofy
poppy dad.
Yeah, I don't want that. But it made sense once you start watching the show.
Yeah. How do you feel about the setup, right? Like, so when you set up a show, you know, there's characters like somebody writes like, okay, it's going to be a guy that does radio. He's older. He's been doing radio for a little while. Essence Atkins is the character that comes in and saves his radio station. Then you got the son that's kind of like he don't got his life together yet.
He does, but he don't. He does, but he got dreams.
Right. He's a dreamer or whatever, right? And he's like middle-aged. So how do you like if somebody came to you with that script, like this is what we're going for? Did you feel like it would have got green lighted like by anybody, or you think a star had to be there in order to push the story?
I think literally this only gets a green light if you say Damon Wayans and his son are
Got
here.
you.
Because the story is, I don't want to say it don't make sense. It's risky to try to get somebody to care about it.
Yeah, like if you put anybody, like not anybody, but if you put certain people in, it's like just people, maybe somebody you don't know, or maybe this was like a show about a white character or whatever. You know what I mean? It was just like it almost feels like this almost feels like wasn't Frasier like that? Like he was like a radio host or some shit like that.
I ain't watched Frasier.
Okay, but it's like a radio host, and then it's just like their life, raising their kid. Not Frasier wasn't raising no kid, but he was a radio host.
So I think I don't know. Sometimes I feel like with shows, the settings, the plot don't mean shit. It depends on who you got in it sometimes. Like if they found somebody who could act like Damon Wayans and put him in this, it's kind of like you have to give it a chance because I don't know this nigga. You get what I'm saying? With me, I'm like excited because it's Damon Wayans.
That's the biggest part. Damon Wayans and his son. Everything else, it kind of didn't matter what they put him in. He could have been
it matters, but not as much. So because it's like you thinking the outside looking in, Damon Jr. is still wealthy. He just got dreams. So it's like, would you care? Because it's like he has his father-in-law is rich and gave him a job and bought his house basically for him. So it's like he's not going to be down and out regardless.
You think about old stories like Martin, right? Like that worked. Even though he was a radio host, but you also have the element of him being kind of like out there or whatever, and then his wife not being out there. Like she's like low key, like supposed to be higher than him as far as career wise, and then he has his two goofy friends, and then you got her homegirl that's kind of like Martin, but you know what I mean? Like kind of she brings her back to that world. You know what I mean? Every now and then, like she ain't all the way bougie. Like there's something about her that, you know what I mean, it's kind of from around the way. And you have that, like their careers don't even really matter.
Right. It's just
you know what I mean? But the whole setting of everybody, like there's something about him being like how he is and she being like that works. But like then you got these two characters. There's nothing really like other than one is older. His dad. There's nothing about them that says, "Oh, well, this is going to work." Just because
for me, it's going to work because it's them. For me, that's the angle of like it's Damon Wayans and his son, who I think are both fucking hilarious. So it's kind of like let me just see what happens. With Martin, we knew Martin from House Party and shit, and we knew Martin from stand up.
Yeah,
we want to see it just because it's Martin. The rest kind of doesn't matter. It's just we want to see Martin be Martin, and here we want to see Damon be Damon, and we want to see Damon Jr. be Damon Jr.
So would Martin be Martin without Gina? I'm just asking all these questions because I'm just thinking about like stories or whatever that we came up watching the sitcoms and whatnot, right? So if Martin didn't have Gina, if he was just a single man, he had homeboys, no Pam, he just had homeboys and he was a radio host. Would the show still work?
Absolutely.
Think so?
I think absolutely because it's Martin. We're there for Martin pretty much. If they got somebody else to be Gina, I think it would still work. Like it was still because that character is written as that character.
I ain't even talking about Gina, just period. I'm just talking about him in a relationship. Because Gina, you know, she did her thing or whatever, right? But it's like just him. Yeah, anybody could have played that part, but like it also brought the relationship element into it. You know what I mean? Or like talk about relationships, breakups, all of that. Like that all built more of a story versus like him just being a single man hanging out with his boys.
So think about it like this. Think about how when Martin started, Pam and Martin wasn't beefing. Cole wasn't stupid. Tommy had a job. Gina was just a ladies. But it's like they transitioned to something else, but it kind of in the grand scheme of things they only transitioned and it worked because Martin was still Martin. So I don't think it mattered who was in his world. We there to see Martin. Yeah. Like if the only person you could change in here, we would be like, I don't know if that'll work, is Martin.
Yeah,
he's the only person on the show that like if something changed something changed with that character, this probably wouldn't work. Like if they replaced who was popular back then when Martin was popular.
I mean Eddie Murphy.
But that would never.
I mean,
we ain't talking about sitting on the chairs. We talk about just at that time because Martin wasn't considered Eddie Murphy's height at that time. Martin was well known, but he wasn't Eddie Murphy status.
Right. So I look at it like this probably because it's like I started liking Martin when Martin came out. I'm not saying that I didn't know who he was in Def Jam, but it's like I was younger, so it's like I wasn't like, oh my God, like this is the funniest man in America on Def Jam. You know what I mean? Martin became who he was to me through the show.
Well, with me, because we was watching Def Jam. We wasn't supposed to be. But we was watching Def Jam. We watched You So Crazy to stand up. I don't know the time frames of when this shit was happening.
I feel like I was watching Martin the same time I was watching Def Jam. Like it was all in the same.
I mean, it was happening around the same time too.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, I watched the fucking old movie that I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Talking Dirty After Dark. Yeah,
I watched that. I remember. I remember Martin in House Party. It's like I watched him a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like I was just familiar with him. I'm not saying I thought he was the funniest in the world. It kind of became the funniest in the world with Martin. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But it's like, but still, the energy of Martin was the energy of Martin. You get what I'm saying? It's because I can't think of nobody else who was popping at. Joe Torre was popping at that time, maybe, but not like Martin was popping.
Yeah, I don't think it probably could have worked with Joe Torre. I guess all I'm saying is just like it everything else about that show made the show too. Like other characters also made the show, the topics, the relationship he had with Gina, the relationship he had, like all of that mattered to make that show what it was. I think.
I don't think it matters so much as Martin being Martin, because if you think about the episodes where Martin wasn't there, they wasn't hidden the same. They would have to actually add
at that point you had already give us the drugs. The drugs were already in us. We already high. You know what I mean? Like you can't take our high away with Jen and just give us these fake drugs.
I'm saying all the base is Martin. The whole base is Martin. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, it developed into what developed to where it's like now you can't replace the characters, but at the same time, it's still based in what Martin is doing.
Yeah.
Everything is based in what Martin is doing. Later on, let's just say later on, they wrote off Cole's character. It's like we'll be like, damn, but still we would be like, this is still Martin, nigga. Like it's nothing's gonna stop us from feeling the same way we feel about the show.
Yeah.
When on Living Single, they got rid of Kyle. It was like that's whack as fuck.
They brought in bro from what was that nigga Mel B.
Samuel.
Yeah.
It's like that's whack as fuck.
The nigga said, "I know your wife."
Light niggas with wet lips, nigga. Light skinned niggas with wet lips. I can't stand them niggas.
Yeah, I know your wife.
Don't ever trust light skinned niggas with wet lips. That's a real thing. But so what I'm saying is other shows, you need all the characters. In Martin, you don't necessarily need. You remember the episode where Gina left and then Martin started talking to Lark Voorhees. It didn't lose no steam really. We was just like, damn, because we wanted him and Gina together, but it was still like at the same time, nigga, that's Lark Voorhees. Like
I mean, I guess that's my point. If Gina would have left at that point, it was still new, but at the same time, it still didn't hit the same. It's like you wanted them back together. Yeah, you wanted them back together. Them as a couple made sense, and it was what everybody wanted at that point in time.
We wanted it because, and I think that's a reason why I wanted to be married or whatever. Like the relationship factor of it, Gina was his one. Mm-hmm. And you want to have that Gina. Everybody wants to have that Gina.
Yeah.
But she don't make or break the show at the same time.
Yeah, I don't care about her now because of what happened. But
I'm not talking about now. I'm just saying.
I guess tying it back into only reason why we talking about it is like, but Poppa'S house, how you were saying, like literally nothing else matters around it other than the fact that Damon and the son.
No, in the beginning, nothing else matters.
Yeah, because we don't know what's to come. You know what I mean? It's like we judging off of one episode or whatever. But as of now, they could be doing pretty much anything. Because right now it's like you don't care about. I feel like there's going to be some type of relationship between Essence Atkins and Damon Wayans at some point. Damon Wayans and his wife. No, Damon Wayans Jr. and his wife. Seems like they got like a little cool relationship or whatever. But it's like, you know, I guess there's so much more to see. We don't know yet. You know what I mean? Right. After this full season, we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? If anything else matters other than this is Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans' son show. Cool. Right.
I want to see them in the beginning. That's what matters. In the beginning, that's what matters.
Yeah, I want to see them interact with each other. All of this other shit, like if there's an episode to where it's just focused on the wife and the daughter going to ballet practice, you be like, "Where's Damon and them at?" You know what I mean? So that I guess that's what we're gonna find out as time goes on.
The world, because you can see like in this episode they haven't even casted the kids yet. No. Like they so this is like the the pilot. You kind of get a taste of what's going on.
Yeah.
So you see if it could work or not. And I was nervous when I saw Damon in them clothes, but then the chemistry was instant. Like it's funny just seeing him the first interaction when he like, "Can I sip my tea first?" And then now they're being Damon and Damon. It's stupid shit they're doing in that scene that you're laughing for no reason.
Right.
Like this nigga watching him take the first sip. It's funny as fuck.
And you know it's improv. You know they just like they just laughing with each other and going back and forth. I feel like that's going to be the biggest part.
And I appreciate them bringing back the end credits where you see the bloopers. I love when shows that. Bring that back, please.
They even had the other name of the show in there. When you look at the slate, it just say Raising Damon, so it's going to be called Raising Damon.
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I was just like, oh shit, they didn't take that out, but that's dope. Like, they just probably changed it. Raising Damon sound cool too. I was like, either or. Papa's House, just whatever.
Yeah, they do. Raising Damon sounds dope.
Yeah,
but I mean, first episode, my favorite part, first episode was when Elvin showed up.
Cosby.
Yeah, that their interaction, him and Damon Wayans' interaction was funny as fuck to me.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be dope. Their interaction together, because they know each other from back in the day. He was like, "Nigga, I used to whoop you." I was like, "I whooped your ass." He was like, "Nigga, I whooped your ass the other time."
That nigga said, he talked about the jacket and Damon dropped it. That nigga said, "You better pick that up, or I'm gonna drop you like I dropped you in '78." That nigga said, "Well, what about when '82 when I dropped you?" That nigga said, "That don't count. You had a growth spurt."
Yeah, all that. Yeah, that was a good scene. Like, even though it was like kind of like just wasn't at the end, kind of.
No, it was in the middle because Damon was trying to get his job back. But when that nigga Elvin leaned up, he said, "Look, man," he's like, "I know it's not clear, but I don't like you." I was like, "Stupid."
I'm glad they got that nigga to do some shit because I felt like he was out of the game, and then they saw him, and out of nowhere he was just in shit.
Yeah, because nobody liked the disrespect he got.
Yeah, so it was just like now he back working. I think that's dope.
He was funny as fuck. He was funny as fuck to me in just that scene he had.
Yeah,
I was like, he's hella funny. But then the rest of the shit is Damon and Damon Jr. being. It's like you can't miss with them. They're going to be funny.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to more. I don't even know. What was that? Comes on was that Wednesday?
Every Wednesday, but I couldn't because I don't have live fucking CBS, so I gotta wait for it to drop on
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Everybody get Paramount Plus, man, just to support the show because it's like that's the only way this shit's gonna pop. Because I mean, it is on regular TV. It is on regular TV
CBS,
too. So
it comes on regular CBS.
Yeah, it should be fine. Because the neighborhood shit, that shit is like 6 seasons in, and I don't even watch that shit.
That's crazy. And I don't have nothing against it. It just wasn't for me. But it's crazy they had 6 seasons.
They booming with that show. I'm just like, word. I tried to watch one episode. It didn't capture me, so I didn't keep on watching.
It didn't hit for me like everybody else. I have nothing against it. It just ain't for me, I guess.
Yeah, so it'll probably stay on air. I was like, if it don't, I'm gonna be like, how? Like, how is this one?
Hot. Be hot because it's like I miss black sitcoms. I really miss real black sitcoms. Not that the neighborhood's not one, but this type of black sitcom I love.
Yeah, they need to make another WB or another UPN where it just shows new black sitcoms. I mean, Bounce got it, but it's like you ain't got Bounce. You don't know nothing about the In the Cuts and the show with Omar Gooding. You don't know about that if you don't got Bounce. You got to have like little regular TV.
Yeah, Bounce is dope because they show the black shows that we didn't know about. Like I didn't know fucking what's his name had a whole show, Bill Bellamy. I didn't know this shit. But they show it on Bounce. Yeah. The fucking the one with the one you just said with Omar Epps. Omar Gooding.
Omar Gooding and his wife.
I searched for that show and could not find it when it came out. I searched for it.
A family thing, I think it's called. A family thing. Yeah.
Because I really like that show. Bounce is dope for that. Showing all of these. Braxton had the President show I never knew about. Like it's a lot of I remember In the Cut when it came out on UPN. Yeah. It didn't last long, but I remember that one.
Yeah, I guess it's just like what was that, underground music or whatever. Like the shit is out there if you want to listen to good stuff. You want to see good sitcoms or good whatever. Like it's there. You just gotta look for it. You know what I mean? It's like all this other bullshit is in our face. All these new series and stuff that are like they got money in front of it, but they're not good. And we like, damn, where the black sitcoms? Like they there. Just got to get that bounce.
Well, Bounce is free though.
You got to have an antenna.
No, Bounce is you can watch it on. I got it on my Samsung TV. You know the streaming TVs they got.
Okay, well I gotta find it because I ain't seen Bounce on mine. But I don't never watch Samsung TV either. It's just like a little guide. I never went through it. They got Bounce on there.
Yeah, it's on. I can hear it right now. It's on.
Oh, okay.
It's like Samsung. So if you got Samsung TV, if you got a Fire TV, everything has it. Even Tubi has it. Everybody has it.
Okay, so I gotta check that out then. Anytime I see it, I was just like, they always showing Wildin' Out.
No, so Wildin' Out has his own channel.
Right, that's what I see.
Yeah, but look for Bounce TV. It's on there.
Okay, I have to check that out.
Or you can watch it through Tubi. I'm telling you, it's everywhere.
Okay. Oh yeah, they got the black sitcoms there. They're just not up front. They're not on CBS no more. They're not on channel. They're not on Fox.
Which is kind of cool too, because I don't want to pay for regular TV. So if 50 Cent dropping this channel, hopefully inspires everybody to drop that channel so we can just watch them for free. Because we need to go back to that. I would if Power came on 50 Cent's channel, streaming channel, and I gotta be there at a certain time to watch it, I'm doing it. Like I have no problem going back to that.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Poppa'S House on CBS and Paramount Plus. Check that shit out and let us know what you think.
I'm excited for it. Hopefully we get more than one season.
Man, better.
Gary, hopefully get more than one season. Anyways, man, like, share, subscribe, talk back wherever. If you're there, let us know below how y'all felt about the episode and if you're going to be tuning into it.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.